Welcome to this presentation on the FAIR Metroline. This is part of the Obstakelverwijdertraject Cluster 3, Kunnen. My name is Jolanda Strubel. I'm also presenting on behalf of my colleagues Sander de Ridder and Maaike Jetten. Where does the FAIR Metroline fit in the OVT oplossingsrichtingen? This is part of 6.2, the FAIR afsprakenstelsel. Just a quick reminder of what is FAIR. FAIR stands for findable, accessible, interoperable and reusable. The goal of FAIR data is to optimize the reusability of data both for humans and computers. To make data findable, you can think of adding persistent identifiers so that links don't break. Accessibility, how you can request access to metadata. Interoperable means that it's, for instance, clear which standards were used so you can combine or link data to each other. Reusable means that it's clear who are allowed to use the data and for what. So, for instance, licensing. Just to show you where FAIR fits in within the FAIR architectural model. In this image, this is indicated with a red star, and as you can see from this, FAIR is an integral part of the whole infrastructure. As you could see from that image, FAIR data is important within FAIR, but where do you begin? In general, this is also a problem when making data FAIR. It's perceived as complicated, where to start, what steps are involved, what do those steps mean, and how can you implement them, and also when is your data fair enough. And here is where FAIRification workflows come in. There are already several projects and organizations who have their own FAIR workflows to make their data more fair. For instance, the European Joint Project on Rare Diseases. And we have taken a number of these workflows and we've based our FAIR Metroline on these. So together with some experts from the EGPRD, we have analyzed 7 workflows, which are shown here. And this resulted in a Metroline. So here you see the different workflows in the different colors, and at the top are all the FAIR steps. And if you're interested in this, you can find links to the different workflows and to the work done for this mapping in the notes of this video. And what we're currently doing is, for all of these steps, we are writing a description and why it is important and some more details, so it's clear what a step means and it's easier to see which step is relevant for your project or your FAIR goal. And in that way, each project will have its own workflow with its own selection of steps. Each step is set up in the same way, and we're using this template, and it contains a short description, indication why the step is important, the expertise needed to perform the step, a how-to part to describe how to perform the step, some practical examples from community, and links to training materials when available. So regarding to the how-to part, so there are already a number of extensive resources out there regarding how to make your data fair, and we want to reuse these and link them to the steps. And we want to reuse these existing guidelines and recipes. What the FAIR Metroline then does is give a context for the FAIR process for a broader audience, and also why you would want to make your data fair, and also where to start. So what is the idea of the Metroline? As I said, it's a starting point for your FAIRification of your data, and it's aimed at researchers and data stewards to make their data more fair. So the descriptions and the why the step is important is for a broader audience. The steps in most cases are widely applicable, so they're not just for the health domain. They're based on existing research and on best practices already out there, and they are written and reviewed by field experts. As I said, depending on your FAIRification goal, you will have your own workflow with several steps that you need to take to get to your goal. What we're also doing at the moment is integrating the funders' FAIR requirements we've set up with some funders, amongst which Son and Bay, KWF, and some of these already match the FAIRification steps in the Metroline. Others are extra or could be part of a FAIR step, and we're currently looking into integrating these requirements and the FAIR Metroline. So the writing and the development of the details of the steps is done by a number of different people. So we've got a writing group, people writing together on the different pages, and this group includes representatives from different nodes. We have a broader group which reviews these pages when they're ready, and they provide feedback. So there's also an editorial board, which is a smaller group of people who define the processes, for instance, the style guide, and they keep an eye on the progress of the pages and that it is done in line with the style guide and the processes. So these processes are still being developed while we are doing the work. So what's next for this year? We're working on 16 pages at the moment, 16 steps, which have been prioritized based on the Plateau 2 planning for Health RI. There's a link in the notes to the Wiki pages for all of these steps, and we're writing and reviewing them until the end of the year. While we're doing that, we're also improving on our development processes. Just to acknowledge some persons working on the pages, so my colleagues at the hub, and also the representatives from some of the nodes, and also the FAIR coordinators are involved in the development of these pages. But we would like some more help in developing these FAIR Metroline steps. So if you're interested in writing or reviewing or have ideas on valuable resources we could include, do reach out and contact us, and we hope to see you on our breakout session on the 30th of May during the Obstakelverwijdertraject information session.